Welcome to the University of Birmingham's Edgbaston campus, where we're currently engaging in one of the biggest redevelopments of the campus site here in Edgbaston in a generation. So we started our redevelopment back in 2016, and you can see at the beginning of our timeline over there we've got the library, and it goes right up to 2022. So you can just see behind me here, Molecular Sciences is the final building on this particular timeline, and the ticks here show you where we've got to. But we decided that today would be a really good opportunity to show you all the progress we've made along this timeline as we've gone through the process. So we're going to start with sport because it's right behind me. Welcome to the University of Birmingham's Sport and Fitness Centre. Now this opened just 2 years ago and it's a real flagship building. It's the University of Birmingham's first 50-metre swimming pool. There's also a state-of-the-art gym which has been hugely popular with our students, with staff and with members of the community. But we've also got studios with all sorts of classes running 7 days a week, and we have a big sports arena and all sorts of events take place here. Most notably in 2022, when we have the Commonwealth Games here, we will have squash right inside there for the whole world to see. Here we are at the main library. So actually we're going a little bit back in time on that timeline we looked at earlier. This was completed in 2016, so just before the sports centre was. As you can see, it's a really large, imposing building on campus, and it's really brought up to date our library facilities. And actually it's got more space than the old library as well. So an additional 1,000 square metres of space, an additional 500 seats of study space, and it uses 65% less energy to heat. So while it's a fantastic building, it's much more economical than its predecessor. But we do know that there were lots of people really fond of the old library, which is actually right where I'm standing is where it used to be. And if you look over here, you can see the old crests that used to be at the top of the old library. They're used now for people to take pictures at graduations or when they finish their dissertations, which has been a really fantastic piece of news for us as we've been seeing the developments take shape. But this library has been really popular, so much so that we're looking at how we can enhance similar sorts of study spaces for all of our students, whether they're undergraduates or postgraduates. Welcome to Bournebrook Pavilion and Student Accommodation. This was the next project that was completed in 2017, and it was completed in time for our September 2017 freshers to come and live here, right on the edge of campus over here and Selly Oak over here. So right in the heart of where our students are living. But as well as that, we also have sports facilities. That's why it's called a pavilion. This is where all our changing facilities are for those who are using the sports pitches, and we'll go and have a look at those in a little while. But also there's the community living hub. As I said, we're right on the edge of Selly Oak here, and Selly Oak isn't just a place where students live, it's a place where our wider community live. And we decided it was a really good idea to have a new place, a new building that was part of the community. And we have a fantastic new centre now where we're making many more connections with our local residents who are super important to us. Welcome to the sports pitches. So these were finished around the same time as the pavilion. These are brilliant all-weather pitches. So behind me you can see football pitches. In the winter these are also rugby pitches, and right down at the other end near sport and fitness there are also world-class hockey pitches. In fact, the quality is so good that during the Commonwealth Games in 2022 we'll be hosting hockey here, which is a really exciting prospect. This is the Edgbaston Park Hotel. So it's the first time the university has built a hotel. We've got 178 bedrooms here, all at 4-star standard, and there's fantastic conference facilities here too. And that was a lot of the rationale behind this, was to be able to host our own academic conferences and those that others are holding as well. As part of this project, we also restored 2 heritage buildings that the university owns, which are Garth House and Hornton Grange, and those facilities are now far better than we've had before. We are at the Collaborative Teaching Laboratory. This welcomed its first students in September 2018. These are fantastic state-of-the-art labs. There's a dry lab, an e-lab and a wet lab. So anything you want to do in a STEM subject, so that's science, technology, engineering or maths, you can do it in here. And what's more, students are able to work with people from completely different disciplines and learn all about what life is really like in industry. In addition, there's a cafe in there and great study space too. Welcome to the Green Heart. This was finished in January 2019, so it's brand new for us, and it's been wonderful seeing it being used over the spring and the summer. This is a green space that's being reclaimed from an area that was buildings and car parks, and it wasn't very pretty at all. And now it's an area that everybody can enjoy, staff, the community and students. But it's quite forward thinking as well. So there's Wi-Fi everywhere, there are little USB points you can plug your phones into, there's even energy generating paving. This summer we saw a massive festival here, the Green Heart Festival launch weekend, and in fact there's 12 months of activities happening here to celebrate this new area, which celebrates an area that was green over 100 years ago, back when the university was first imagined. There's lots of different spaces here, spaces where you can go and have a quiet moment to yourself, or spaces where you can meet with your friends, you can do a bit of studying. And down behind me there's even a restaurant, Cuore, which does Mediterranean finger food, and the space is enormous. It's about 12 acres, and we've now got over 300 trees here, which is almost double what was here originally. And if we come around here, you can see that it stretches right out here by University Centre, right down to Old Joe behind me, through University Square. It's been a truly transformational project, which is proving really popular. So the next project we completed was the old gym. Now, as you might imagine, once upon a time this was a gym, but it's been a very long time since that was the case. So this gym was built in the 1940s, but now we've adapted it into some really fantastic offices for staff, also a student hub for the College of Life and Environmental Sciences. And if you look over there, you can see there's a seminar room over there. And if you look in the other direction, you can see there's a nice big lecture hall over there, and there are a few additional seminar rooms as well. So this is a really lovely new facility that we know lots of staff and students are already enjoying using. So here we are at the business school. This is a really well established and internationally renowned department. And so we're in the process of extending it and refurbishing some areas of it. The idea is to bring together all business school staff into one location and provide better facilities for students. This is opening really soon. In fact, later on this autumn, you'll be able to come and have a look around for yourself. The building you see behind me is the Teaching and Learning building. It's not finished yet, but it will be very soon. So come January 2020, students will be able to use this for all sorts of things. Specifically, there's a 500-seater lecture theatre in there, but also an interactive 250-seater lecture theatre, 10 seminar rooms and hundreds of independent study spaces. Whether you want to study in complete silence or whether you want to study with friends, there'll be lots of options here. So this is going to be a bit of a sister building to the library, and in fact you can see how close it is to the library over there, and it's right on the edge of the gorgeous Green Heart, and we're hoping that people really enjoy looking out over this lovely green space and the water feature just outside, which will be opening very soon. we're right in front of the new School of Engineering building. Now this is essentially a building site. You can see it behind me with the cranes, you can probably hear it a little bit as well. This is the new School of Engineering. It will be completed in 2020 and it's going to provide a new home for many of our School of Engineering departments. There's going to be lots and lots of different activities going on in here, teaching, learning, research. All of our staff are going to be able to be located in here, but also in amongst all of this and alongside it, as part of this building, we'll be hosting an industrial centre of excellence around digital innovation in rail. So this is a really exciting development that is going to have an impact on rail travel in the UK and beyond. So there's only one location that we've not been to yet, and that's the new Molecular Sciences building, which is due to open in 2022. That site hasn't actually started to be developed yet, so there's nothing to see, but when it's built, it will provide a home and a new hub for the School of Chemistry with some fantastic new laboratories, as well as a home for the School of Geography, Earth and Environmental Sciences. So there's going to be some really fantastic work as part of that site. So that brings us to the end of our timeline. So I'd like to thank you for coming on this journey with me up and down campus all over the place. And I hope that you've seen the progress we're making, where we're heading and the sorts of facilities you can expect to be seeing in the next few years.